back when we first started, we paid for this campsite.
Nuts.
And everything else they did in the course of the year, the other 50 weeks. But the other 50 weeks were profit.
Right. Just regular campground.
Back when we first back in my first event, my first Pennsic, the cost was $20 for the weekend. Because the event was a weekend, Friday to Sunday. Opening ceremonies Friday, closing ceremonies on Sunday.
Right.
The 5 war points were fought in between. Usually the last one was Sunday morning. And we all had to be gone. But we all tore down after Sunday. Actually, most of us stayed until Monday and then left. And $4 a day prior. There were no medallions. And they really didn't keep track of the number of people on site. They counted the number of cars and multiplied by 2.5.
Okay.
That's how they estimated how many people were on site. The medallions didn't start until Pennsic 17.
Wow.
And they went to the 2-week format because somebody, and I know who it was,
Name a name.
Ed of Avondorf. He had a tent that was commonly called the Great Falling Down Thing. I think it was made of a parachute with poles. What? It was the Great Falling Down Thing.
Yes. And we booked Nicola for a
But
hair
he
braiding
came out
tomorrow.
on July
He
4th,
has a lot of hair. He's got it all tangled right now.
put up his tent,
It's there.
and paid $4 a day
Oh, for
and
real?
$20
I'm impressed.
And it's super
till
thick.
the end of Pennsic
Hell yeah.
You want to show off your fancy hair?
for that weekend.
No, not again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
why it's all
next
going to be
year,
braided and
we were
taken care of.
limited to 2 weeks.
I like yours. Yeah.
Because people were coming earlier and earlier anyway.
Right.
Cut it just before Pennsic.
Just
Somebody
And
stretch it out.
currently, the staff gets here a month ahead of time
Right.
to
Okay.
start the physical plant of Pennsic going.
Wow.
That's mostly tech services, some of land, because they have to put up all the street signs.
Street signs, I imagine all sorts of, mowing and weed whacking and maintenance
Mowing
stuff.
and
prepping.
weed whacking, the Coopers do. That's their job.
Okay. But not the street signs,
Nope, that's us.
despite the fact that they're actual streets on Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
believe that there are Google employees here. Remember Desert
I will buy
Storm,
you something tomorrow because I wasn't sure what color you
the
wanted.
wrecking
Don't worry
war
about it.
that happened some time ago? 1/3 of the camp disappeared because the call-up happened during Pennsic.
Whoa.
They were either military or family of military.
Damn.
1/3,
Do you want fluids in my
3,000
cup?
people
Why
up
don't
and
you sit in the
left
shade, please?
Whoa.
because of the call-up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is there over on your table?
there was. I don't know if there
I
still
see the blue
is.
straw.
A Shire on the USS
Here,
Unix,
take this and throw it in
There
my
used to
tent.
be. I
Put it on the
don't
black
think
desk.
it's still
still
extant.
active, but
Right.
Thank you.
the Navy wrote a special rule. If you are in combat, you do not have to salute. Because they were carrying swords and trying to salute with a sword in your hand was ridiculous. If you're walking through with your sword and your shield trying to salute, could cause all sorts of problems on a ship.
Many things.
Okay then.
And the urban legend of that is that a Russian trawler took a picture of a fight practice on the fantail, because that's where they did their fight practice.
Right.
And it showed up in Pravda with the caption, U.S. practicing illegal crowd control techniques. That's an urban legend. It may or may not be true. But
Okay. So if the staff shows up a month ahead of time to start doing the prep work, how late do they stay afterwards to do?
another month. The last of them leaves a month later. This is a 2.5 month obligation for some people.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
And that's all volunteers.
Oh yeah, that's all volunteers.
Oh no.
Nobody gets paid. Now some of them have jobs that they can do remotely,
Right. Right.
but yeah,
How many people is that?
160-ish.
Wow.
Less than 200
Okay.
total
But-
staff.
But that's
Tech
a lot of
services is
people.
probably, the people that come in a month early
Uh-huh.
is probably under a dozen.
Okay.
And the people who stay extra month, again, is probably under a dozen.
Nope.
Right. Okay.
That does make us
Actually, I think it's only 2 weeks that they have to stay for cleanup.
Gotcha.
I've never been part of that crew.
Gotcha.
And for staff week, the week prior to Pennsic is called staff week.
Okay.
That's when most of the staff comes in.
Right. Okay.
One of the departments in staff week is cooking. They cook lunch and dinner for the entire staff because we're all too busy doing our thing
Right.
to cook.
Right.
So there's a line item in the budget for feeding everybody.
I've always wondered how all of that came together and then came apart again. It's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, we've got the tent people. Don't know who they're using this time, who they're using now, but they used to be Grimm's tents. And they were old and moldy fabric.
Yeah.
The first time Alina camped here, they had an old and moldy Grimm's tent.
Ooh, fun.
You could ask her about it.